I got my separation pay. Tell me why they took like 40% out for taxes. What kind of mess is that? My paychecks are only what, like 20% as far as taxes? But anyway, got a little money, so I'm treating myself to breakfast. Oops. Oh, man. I ordered sweet tea and he gave me so many lemons. So many lemons. I'm from the South, so we eat lemons. Sometimes we sprinkle salt. Usually we sprinkle salt and eat them, but I've developed the taste buds to where I can just eat a lemon. If you didn't hear me, my bad. My finger was all over the thing. This is the type of sweet tea you taste more sugar than tea. Somebody who's probably, never mind. The way they think black folks make tea is crazy. They really think it's just sugar water. No, like the tea gotta be strong. You gotta taste the sugar type of thing. I actually know what I want. Yo, carrying around this big old bag here all day is a workout in itself. So I woke up late today. However, the studio is not open. The studio's at my other gym, but the studio isn't open, like isn't free. Open, free, that's what I mean, until 2. And I get out of my room in the library at 2 today. But it's free from 2 to 5. It's an open studio from 2 to 5 today. So if I can get maybe an hour in of studio time and then work out, I should be good. I know what I want. I like the little Florentine Benedict. It's yummy. There you go. This is good every time I get it. Welcome to my office. After yesterday's adventures, I had gone to my storage unit and I intended to find my old content book, but I couldn't find that. Instead, I found my workout shoes, my light blue Crocs, and then I grabbed like some shades and a highlighter. Then, oh yeah, so the organization I'm part of, I had a meeting. I thought it was just going to be, it's stuff like that always happens to me. One person's like, hey, can we have a meeting? And then they bring a whole bunch of other people with them. So I had a meeting with my organization and we're on hiatus until sometime in August. However, because of me going through what I'm going through, I won't be able to participate. Not only because it's a time constraint, but being part of an organization, you need resources, money, not just the time. And you also need, like the computer that I have right now, I don't really like it per se. It's functional. It does what it needs to do now. I'm grateful that I have it, but the red one I like better because it had the number pad on it and I could download other things on it. It was more functional in the regards to the artsy creative things that I call myself doing. This one, when I say it's just a tablet with a keyboard, that's literally what it is. Can't download any applications or anything like that. But anyways, I had that meeting. That was long. I explained to them in depth my situation. And, you know, they said they understand me needing to step away for, I guess, as long as I need to, or as long as I'm in my situation. And they said they'll help me out with like job leads and things like that. I also, tell me why I had a mini heart attack, because I thought I lost my, I got this little backpack keychain, and I keep things in there that's necessary to me. One thing I need for sure is the USB port, the USB drive, my bad, the USB drive. Thought I lost that, started to panic, and then like literally found it after dumping everything out of the freaking bag. This bag, it's not that big, but it's big. It's a big bag, but it's still a limited amount of things you can fit in there despite having the pockets. Anyways, then after that, well, yeah, I showered and got myself together, woke up late this morning. I know that for a fact. So yesterday was adventurous. I'll call it that. Yesterday was adventurous. And did I get off track? I think I was talking about my content book. But yeah, I needed my content book because I wanted to film for this video that I planned like years ago, honestly. And I was like, let me go ahead and do that. And despite having a new one, I needed the other one because it had all those notes to it. However, I guess I just gotta start over. I still remember most of the ideas I had written down for that video. And I mean, honestly, I think I'm creative enough to come up or compensate for whatever I forgot. So I can do that. Now, the reason why I am in the office today is to be productive. Duh. But, okay, I think what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go ahead and let me go ahead and read over the one script that I have completed. I'm gonna read over that. And what I like to do, honestly, like I'll have a whole entire script written out, but then I'll like highlight or do bullet points on what the important things are, because I'm more of a just let me yap. Now I can read from a script, but I find it a little off-putting, or at least annoying when I do it, when the camera's here, but I'm looking here, reading from a script, because I like to make eye contact. This is like, I don't like using the back-facing camera. If I do, I always look at the lens, because it's like, why am I looking at myself? Now, I mean, I know what I look like, yes, of course, but to me, it feels odd staring at yourself while you're talking. Like, I know people say, it feels like I'm talking to myself in the camera. And technically you are until you put it out, but actually staring at you, like I can do that in the mirror. That's what the mirror is for. You know what I'm saying? People use the camera like the mirror, and I find mirrors a lot more refreshing. I like that reflection better. All right, let me go ahead and do the productive things that I said I was gonna do. I'll meet you at the studio later. Yeah. In the studio, like, whoa. I made it. And the plan is, a little stretching, a few weights, and then I'm gonna put on my sneakers to go over some old choreo. And then I'm gonna throw on some heels to try to do the same thing. Yeah. Can you see me? Because my ankles have been rough today. How about now? A little better? Can you hear me? There's music going and everything. Oh my God. I did not think this through. But real quick, I did not completely finish my workout because people kept coming into the studio and it was getting frustrating because I like having the studio to myself, but if there's one person and that person is a woman, I'm less anxiety stricken. But anyways, it was too many people in the studio I was there for an hour though, but I stretched on the floor, well, on a mat, not like the floor, but I stretched on the mat, on the floor, on the bar. I did some kettlebells, and then I did the exercise ball. I worked out slowly today, so there's that. That's probably why it took almost an hour. But I left kind of early, and I came back to the dorms because it's hot, and they let you stay for a little while. So I stayed, and I talked to my kiddo, my son, my youngest, on the phone. We talked for like 45 minutes, and we haven't talked in a while, in a few days, because honestly, I just haven't been feeling it. And our conversation was rather deep. But I'm here getting some seafood right now. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this here because one, the music, and two, I'm hungry.